Boys, on this episode of Mechanical Adventures, I take my IFS, no front locker, 3rd gen 4Runner on 37s, all the way to Buck Island on the Rubicon Trail, and I drive into the lake. Well, boys, we are headed in. I am nervous. We are loaded down. This 4Runner is so heavy right now, but we'll see how it does. You'd have to be crazy to take an IFS rig through here. If you guys have been following along with the build series thus far, you've seen me take this thing from something that probably shouldn't have been on the road to something that actually holds its own on the Rubicon, and I am beyond words how thrilled I am that the day has finally come. We get to test this thing out, we're hanging out with friends, and I've got something that I can be proud of, that's comfortable, and turns out, you'll see in this video, actually pretty capable. So I'm super fired up. Just a quick little recap. I bought this thing for $3 grand, 340,000 miles. My goal was to get it on the trail for, you know, as quick and easy as possible. So I went straight to the 37s, got a great deal on some beadlocks, built my own sort of armor, sliders, bumpers, you name it. I had a winch laying around, and in just a few short months, this thing turns out dominates the Rubicon, and I just couldn't be happier. Alright, so I wasn't paying attention at all. We got the steering rack bound up over here with some fluid, which is the only concerning part.
Not ideal.
It's not ideal. So, we're gonna high lift it up a little bit, stack some rocks under this tire, see if we can't drive it out and minimize the damage. So this is purely a result of me just being absolutely careless. I wasn't looking at the road whatsoever, and I just drove over a rock and got myself real bound up. But luckily we were able to just high lift it, get enough rock stacked that I could back off of the rock. Didn't lose a whole lot of fluid. Believe it or not, after this I didn't even top off the reservoir. It was just a quick burst of fluid that popped out of there. We got it all cleaned up, and you know, thank my lucky stars, we headed down the trail. Well, we just got down to Ellis, met up with a couple people, but I am thrilled to inform you guys that I can carry on. The steering is not leaking. I'm pretty sure I just knocked this inner shaft hard and it pissed a bunch of fluid out, and that was just held up in this bellow. But I haven't even barely lost any fluid. I just checked the reservoir, so we're good to carry on. I'm super excited about that. Just waiting for Jason, and I think he's got someone else in tow, and we'll keep going.
Blake, Toyota 4Runner.
Jason, 06 Jeep LJ.
What about this guy? He drives something.
Troy, 91
YJ that he's currently fixing.
Mario 2016 JK.
Rich 2000 TJ. Andy Armstrong, Land Cruiser FJ40.
Your name and whatever you consider this thing.
My name's Brian Hagan. This is my 83 K10 square body Chevy.
You know me, it's Mechanical Adventures, and I drive a 1998 Toyota 4Runner. We're moving now, boys. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rigs. 8 rigs with us, boys. It's gonna be a good time. Did you boys see that? Following fully built rigs, top truck challenge rigs. Man, this thing is gonna give me a little too much confidence, and it's gonna end in disaster, I guarantee it. But I just cannot believe how good it's doing. made it through Gatekeeper, Whalebones, the Granite Bowl, Walker Hill, put tires on Soup Bowl, and this thing's just outperforming my expectations by so far. I can't even believe I haven't pulled winch, I haven't pulled recovery strap. The only time I stacked rocks once when I landed on my steering rack, and that was just, I was just driving off the road. I didn't even notice. I after the Granite Bowl, I just was like, okay, I'm in a rock crawler. Like, this thing will just go wherever it wants to. And that was a cheap lesson that maybe not. Maybe I need to actually pay attention. But since I started paying attention, man, this thing is comfortable. It's not too fast. I'm able to go nice and slow with those gears, and I'm just super impressed. Let me show you how it's done. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I got the V6 in this bad boy, you know, he's only got 4-cylinder. I got about 12 more horsepower than he does. Boys, I'm just coming, we just got to camp. I'm coming a little deeper into the woods to see if I can find some down trees to cut up some firewood. I brought my chainsaw and I come across this pile of trash. My guess is it's probably a bear, the way it's scattered like this, but still hate to see it. And it's probably a bear because somebody left it here. So I'm gonna come back through here and clean this all up. Pack it in, pack it out, boys. Look at all this. This stuff will be here for thousands of years. So, come back through here with a trash bag and clean her all up. We got plenty of firewood here though. made it, boys. We're back out to the spillway. That's it. She did it. She did it clean. She did it smooth. She did it without complaint. And man, I was comfortable the whole time. I'm super stoked. We're gonna have ourselves a little fire, cook a little dinner, crash out, and call it for this trip. That was a success for sure. Come on. Come on. Good boy.